from J.D. Vance. Okay, so that's the end of that. I'm going to move on to the next thing with regard to Hamas and what's going on with that, because they're supposed to be finalizing the deal this week. Trump gave them till 6 p.m. last night, and he extended it another couple of days. I think it's because Hamas ended up traveling over to Egypt, where they're using Egypt as a mediator during these negotiations. So President Trump says there have been very positive discussions with Hamas and countries from all over the world, Arab, Muslim, and everyone else, this weekend to release the hostages in the war in Gaza, but more importantly, finally have long-sought peace in the Middle East. These talks have been very successful and proceeding rapidly. The technical teams will again meet Monday in Egypt to work through and clarify the final details. I'm told that the first phase should be completed this week, and I'm asking everyone to move fast. I will continue to monitor this centuries-old conflict. Time is of the essence, or massive bloodshed will follow, something that nobody wants to see. Yeah, man, it's a very urgent matter for President Trump. And I've got a little bit more on this, I think. Yeah, here we go. Again, from Fox News. Truly remarkable. Caroline Levitt says there are technical talks happening in Egypt right now regarding the Israel-Hamas peace deal. Quote, you've seen all sides of this conflict agree that this war needs to end and agree to the 20-point framework that President Trump promised. Or proposed, rather. Proposed, not proposed. I mean, I'm sure he promised it to, but it's an incredible achievement, and this administration is working very hard to move the ball forward as quickly as we can. Here we go.
There are technical talks happening right now in Egypt amongst Special Envoy Witkoff
Very loud. My apologies.
Mr. Kushner, as well as their respective parties from all sides. What we saw take place on Friday, and I have not commented on that from the podium yet, is truly remarkable. You've seen all sides of this conflict agree that this war needs to end and agree to the 20-point framework that President Trump proposed. It's an incredible achievement, and the administration is working very hard to move the ball forward as quickly as we can. The president wants to see a ceasefire. He wants to see the hostages released, and the technical teams are discussing that as we speak to ensure that the environment is perfect to release those hostages. They're going over the lists of both the Israeli hostages and also the political prisoners who will be released, and those talks are underway, and the president is very much on the ball and is being apprised of this situation.
Yeah, I'm sure that's his number one agenda item right now, and probably more important than anything else going on. Although we got some pretty pressing matters happening here, especially with the bullshit happening in Chicago, Portland, Memphis, all over Blue City, America. So this, I thought, was pretty funny. Again, Fox News. She's so angry. President Trump reacts to Greta Thunberg being detained by Israeli forces while aboard a Gaza-bound aid flotilla. Yeah, she was arrested over the weekend, and supposedly she was thrown in Israeli prison. At least that's how they worded it. But today, she was supposed to be, and I'm sure she was turned over to the country of Greece. They were taking possession of Greta Thunberg, which was supposed to happen today. Let's check this out.
Israel government has been arresting and reporting activists that were traveling to Gaza. Today, Greta Thunberg, for instance, also some...
Well, she's just a troublemaker, you know. I mean, she's no longer into the environment, now she's into this. She's a troublemaker. She has an anger management problem. I think she should see a doctor. She needs anger. If you ever watch her, she's a young person. She's so angry. She's so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You can have her. She's just a troublemaker.
Yep, that's what she is. Rabble-rouser, troublemaker. Just like all the other progressives, they're completely incapable of having one single nice day. Having one single just good mood. Everything's nice and bright. The glass is half full today. I've got nice things to say. No, dude, they're just constantly around the clock 24/7 pissed the fuck off. It's got to be a miserable existence, frankly.